Welcome back to Donkey Kong 64, and in this part we're going to be going to Jungle Japes. But no, seriously, like, why is Jungle Japes like an actual term or something, or did they just feel like ripping off DK? I don't really understand it, but yeah. This is our first jungle level. And the jungle world is like my least favorite world, although this level's okay. Like, it's not my favorite or anything, but I don't hate it, and we're starting as a tank. Like, it's just a tank, like, seriously. I mean, we're going to be getting the bio here, and you're going to see that it's actually a tortoise tank, but I mean, let's be real here. It's a tank. Like, it besides having a shell, it looks almost nothing like a tortoise, like, at all. But yeah, we got ourselves a tank. And despite the fact this game is known for having tank controls for a lot of the animals, this thing actually doesn't have tank controls. There's me showing the hide and shell move. And it has like a Yoshi's Island egg shooting mechanic with like the bombs where you can like if you hold the button down, he'll aim up and then he'll aim back down. It's interesting. But yeah, you'd think that if anything would have tank controls in this game, it would be this thing. But it doesn't. It's just so weird that out of everything that would have tank controls, the tank doesn't. It also has this, which I don't know if anything else has this mechanic. Maybe something in the desert, but if you hold down Z, then you get a little crosshair for you to like actually aim. And that's an elephant. Two elephants actually, and they shoot water at you. That's their attack. It's actually a pretty effective attack, so I'm using the hide and shell move in order to avoid taking damage. But yeah, the elephant has, yeah, the water spray, and he's essentially the jungle equivalent of the bear. Well, actually, there's another animal that's even closer to the bear, but this early on, he has the ability to pick up objects with his trunk. And if he's not near an object, he'll just, you know, make elephant noises and whatnot. But yeah, now that I think about it, there is actually something that's more like equatable to the bear that we're going to be encountering later on. So yeah, pick up these, well, what are these? I don't know what these are. They're just like balls. Yeah, you can pick them up and you can shoot them with your trunk. This one, however, is too big, so you have to like actually push this. We need to use these in order to get the trophy, actually. The elephant is really annoying, by the way. I don't know if you have to use that. Okay, clearly you don't have to use that in order to push this, but that noise is really annoying. More specifically when you're fighting elephants yourself, rather than when you're playing as it, because you can just choose to make that noise or not. Except if you're shooting the balls, then it has to make the noise. Like what are these made out of? Are they like moss or what? It doesn't really make any sense, but whatever. Yeah, you see these little holes down here. We have to fill every one of them with a ball. Which, it's not really that hard. Although I wouldn't really recommend picking them up when they're already down here. Even though I just did that, because I'm stupid. You should really just push them into the hole, because you can't like pick up and just set down these things as the elephant like you can with the bear. You have to shoot them forward. But yeah, once we do that, it just pans over here, and that spawns us in the trophy, which is like a plant or like a flower or something. I don't know. I guess it fits the jungle, but I feel like they could have used something else. Like, I don't know, they could have used one of these balls. And I'm going to use it as a projectile against this. And it did a decent amount of damage, but if you get hit yourself with that, then it does a lot of damage. These are hyenas. And if they have contagious laughter, so if they laugh for too long, then you'll start, like, your control will start going crazy and you'll start taking damage. It's just a mess. You do not want to fight these things, really. However, you do want to play as them. The hyena. That's what the skill's called. It's literally contagious laughter. This is something that I would actually like to know. Do hyenas, like, actually laugh? Like, in real life? That's, like, the stereotype, is that hyenas, like, laugh at everything in, like, cartoons. But it's like, does their growl just sound like a laugh or something? Like, I don't understand it. Anyway, that was the air pump. We can't make use of that yet, but one of our mission objectives was to activate said air pump. don't touch the steaming parts of this because that'll hurt you. Which is pretty obvious, but, you know, I'm sure I've done it sometime in the past. I didn't do it in my 2 attempts of this level, but yeah, that activates the air pump. And I have way more difficulty getting up here than I should have, especially because you can just jump up there from the ground. Yeah, the only reason to come up here is for this area over here, where you can water the plants. Kind of akin to watering the carrots in the battery farm. And that will just make all the... Well, it'll just make that spit out 2 power cells. I was about to say it'd make all the flowers spit out power cells, but that's literally not true. So yeah, I don't know why I was going to say that. But anyway, now we're pretty much... Well, we're not done with our mission objectives yet. The other one was to... I love doing that. Like, the very beginning of the laugh just sounds hilarious. You're going to be hearing a lot of that laugh in a little bit here, because we still have to kill the piranhas that are in the water down there. I think this is the level that introduces the most new animals out of like any level, because you get introduced to 4 new animals in this level, and I don't think any other level like matches that in terms of entirely new animals that you encounter. So that's pretty interesting, I guess. Unless I'm like forgetting one of the desert levels. The desert world. The only reason I really dislike the jungle is because it has some of the hardest levels in the game. Also, this jump is really hard, actually. Or maybe I'm just really bad, because this was my 2nd attempt at this level. The first one was scrapped because I spent, like, I'm not even joking, like 10 minutes trying to get up there. That jump. Like, you can just, like, barely make that jump. You have to be on, like, the very edge when you jump to it. Here's the trophy. But yeah, I find the jungle has, like, the hardest levels in the game. It's also the shortest world, so it's kind of uninteresting. I guess they didn't have too many ideas for it or something. Not 100% sure on why it's the shortest. But, I mean, I like that it's the shortest because it has my least favorite levels. You would think the desert would be the hardest world because it's the final world. And they're... I don't know. I wouldn't say they're equal in terms of difficulty. But I just find, in general, these are harder. So yeah, we gotta laugh at these piranhas in order to kill them. And actually, the best strategy for... the best strategy for killing enemies as the hyena is to just do like a straight up laugh. Like, keep holding down the button until they start laughing along with you, and then you just gotta like press and let go of the B button like to a certain rhythm so that their damage so that they do get damaged, but your meter doesn't go down that fast. I found that this is the most effective laughing strategy, and it just turns into like you start coughing. Like, the hyena just starts coughing. And it's just like, is there any game where your main method of attack is coughing? Because this would be, like, the closest, I think. I was just checking to make sure I had all the power cells, and I'm still missing, like, one of them. So we're gonna be getting that in a little bit, in between, like, my breathing breaks, because my contagious laughter, like, makes me lose all my breath. So I just have to hiccup on everybody. I don't know why I said it sounded like coughing when it's clearly hiccuping. But yeah, you could probably bring the tortoise tank down here and have a much easier time killing these piranhas, but I mean, that takes a while to get him down there. Plus, I don't know, I kind of like the idea of like hiccuping to kill enemies. But yeah, the power cell I missed, it's not actually that far out of the way, it's just right up here. But yeah. Well, I find hyenas to be quite the threat when you're fighting against them. They aren't actually that great when you're using them because I find that, I don't know, he just doesn't seem to do that much damage most of the time. Like, by the time he ran out of laugh, the elephant was only down to like half health. And I was able to kill him easily because he wasn't able to do anything to stop me. So let's just hiccup a little bit until this guy dies. Not too long now. And there we go. All the piranha are dead. Is piranha actually the plural of piranha? Why wouldn't it just be piranhas? That seems weird to me. But anyway, yeah. This is basically the cool cod if it had an attack. It says that skill A is jump. I'm pretty sure skill A is not jump. I feel like B is jump, despite also being bite. That might be wrong. I might be entirely wrong on that, but I don't feel like I am. But yeah, it's essentially a direct upgrade of the Cool Cod. I mean, you're never really going to be attacking anything as the Piranha, so it's more just to make them a threat. It even has the jump and like shoot forward out of water. But yeah, I find that Piranha bites are more a threat to you than you are to other people when you're playing as the Piranha. Have a bit of difficulty getting this teleporter, but yeah. And that completes Jungle Japes. Next time we're going to be going to Ancient Aztec. And after that we might be going to the toy factory, which the name escapes me. But yeah, that completes Jungle Japes, and we got everything. Yay. Next time we're going to be going to Jungle Doldrums with that Michael Bay tier freaking little picture for it. But yeah, we got to do the Game Boy Color version, which I don't really have a very high opinion of. So yeah, Game Boy Color version of Jungle Japes. It sucks. I mean, like, that's kind of like the standard at this point. Barring a few levels, the Game Boy Color versions of levels it's just generally not good. Hopefully that's not the case with some of the later levels that I even hate the N64 versions of. But yeah, the music in this level is like, it's okay. It's not like the best or anything, but I think the loop goes for longer than the N64 version. But anyway, we've already killed the elephant. The elephant's actually like faster than it is in the N64 version for some reason. I don't know why, but I appreciate it. And that's the most ball pushing that needs to happen, so that's good. But this was like my third or fourth attempt at this level, just due to dying to stupid things. But yeah, we have to use the tank in order to kill the hyena, as far as I'm aware, because for some reason the elephant can't kill him, despite the fact that in the N64 version I can kill the hyena as the elephant. I really don't understand why that's a thing in this game. Like, why can you only kill some animals as certain other animals? I don't know if you need to be the hyena to do this, but I feel like I tried this as the elephant. So yeah, you notice this is like the watering thing, which gave us power cells in the previous, in the N64 version. This is apparently the air pump. That apparently activates the air pump. And I don't understand that. That's clearly not an air pump. It's clearly watering the flowers. Why does that activate the air pump? If anything, you see that up there, that's where the air pump switch should be, is that little, like, area up there. Also, if you touch the hot area on the, like, near that area, you'll just straight up die. Like, you won't take damage, you'll just die, like, instantly. So that's great. But yeah, it's like, that should have been where the switch for the air pump is. And that was the air pump. If by air pump you meant moving platform, then yeah, I guess I activated that. I actually really like the hyena art. Like, not even in like a funny way. I think that just genuinely looks really good. That hyena portrait. In game, it looks like a derpier version of the N64 hyena. So I don't know. It's just kind of dumb. But yeah. Also, unlike in the N64 version, we cannot kill the piranhas as the hyena. Literally the only thing that can kill anything in this level is the tank. Also, that's the contagious laughter. You have to keep pressing it, and then he just kind of makes like the biting noise that the dog makes. I don't really know how it works. I don't know if you can actually attack with it. Maybe you can in a later level. The hyenas are in like every level in the jungle. So I'm sure that we'll be able to attack something eventually. But yeah, for some reason the tank can swim in water, and it's perfectly fine. I don't know if it's like that in the N64 version, because I think the tank is like only in the first level. And I've never tried that. I might end up actually trying that, because I'm kind of interested in seeing if that actually works that way. But yeah, if we want to get into the piranha, we have to exit the body and just walk over to it using the chip. And now we can take control of the piranha, which I'm not even sure if it has a biting attack. It might. I don't know. Now we have to press the switch in order to lower the gate. You can't swim through here until it's all the way down, and then it even takes a second after that. And here's the teleporter. So you'd think you just go to the teleporter, right? No, it doesn't seem to work, like, at all. Here's what you gotta do. You have to do this. You have to exit the body of the piranha. And then... that's the only way to use the teleporter, is if you're the chip. That doesn't make any sense. Can I just have a real talk here? Why do you have to do that? Like, seriously, why do you have to do that? You didn't have to do that in Something Fishy. So why do you have to do that here? Anyway, whatever. We beat Jungle Japes. And next time we're going to be going to... oh, dear God. Why? See you then.